Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to give you the shocking truth about building muscle. Before I get into this topic, if you guys need coaching, check out the link below. Coaching is what I do for a living. I'd love to work for you or work with you. I'd love to work for you. Yeah, if you want to pay me, I'd love to work for you, work with you, whatever. All right. So the shocking truth about building muscle sounds kind of clickbaity, right? It sounds like, hey, this guy's a weirdo. This guy's just doing clicky to get me to watch. Well, I want you to watch because, hey, I like you. You're a pretty good person. Your mom raised you okay, and you're pretty smart. I mean, you're not cute. You're kind of ugly. You're not cute or attractive, but that's why we live, because we're ugly, to make ourselves look better, right? To maximize the stuff around our ugliness. All right, so enough bad humor. What is the shocking truth about building mass? There is a belief that as you progress, right, if you're in the proper lane, you have a good workout, you're nailing your bulks, everything's going well, you're nailing the consistency. As you advance and build more muscle, it gets easier. You're becoming an intermediate, a late intermediate, an advanced lifter. Lifting becomes easier. You know what to do. You know how to eat. Everything just becomes easier, and you just slide along that grease tube, slide along that grease lane, and everything becomes easier and easier and easier as you become more familiar with the process. Now, in a sense, this is true, but the reality is things become far more brutal every single day. Lifting becomes exponentially more brutal and difficult with each step forward. Mentally and physically, as you progress, you're going to be taken to depths of torture and hell and discomfort that your brain cannot even fathom today. The weight never feels lighter. There's this idea as you progress that somehow the weight is going to feel lighter and things are going to get easier. The reality is it gets incredibly tough. It gets incredibly difficult. When you look at maximizing your mass, right? When you look at maybe the concept of hitting your natural muscle mass potential, I'm going to tell you the number one reason why people don't get anywhere close is because it is basically 5 to 10 years of hell. The first couple of years, the difficult part is figuring things out. How do I get my bulking right? How do I get my nutrition right? How do I get my form right? How do I find the right programming that works for me and the right exercises? We're going to spend a lot of time during our first 6 months to 2 years dialing this stuff in. During this time, you're going to get close to that early intermediate, maybe intermediate level, depending on how quickly you dial things in. There's a lot of dialing in during that time, and there can be a lot of frustration during that time. You might feel like you're stalling or wasting time. That's part of the process, and that's why channels like mine exist, to kind of help you guys not waste time during those first couple of years. But beyond that, that's when the hell sets in. That's when the brutality and the torture and the unfathomable pain and just discomfort set in. You got everything figured out, right? And the thing is, with the first couple of years of lifting, progression's going pretty smoothly if you have things figured out. You're making pretty good progress on your bench. You're making pretty good progress on your form. And you just kind of assume that everything is going to go along smoothly, and it's just going to click on all cylinders. And then the weight starts to feel heavier. And then everything starts to feel brutal. And then the mental game kicks in. Things don't get easier on squats. Things don't get easier on deadlifts. They become more and more mental and physical torture. Every step forward on squats, I had to focus more and more on dialing in my form, on staying tuned in with my form. At my peak, I got to about a 645 by 2 or 640 by 2 squat with chains. When I got in there, when I got into the gym, it had to be like a war zone. It was mental hell. I did not want to do this. I had to be so tuned in with form. I would also keep my phone near me and tell my wife, hey, If you hear anything weird, be prepared to dial 911. This is some serious crap. Now, not everybody's training for strength at this level, granted, right? But that's kind of the way things go. The deeper in you get, the more hellish it becomes, the more focus you need on form, the more focus you need on mental strength and pushing yourself to do things you don't want, because it's not easy in any way. In many ways, the mental strength of just getting into the gym and putting on another 5 pounds on the dumbbell is actually almost worse than actually moving the damn weight. So many lifters get to the point where they feel that weight intimidation. Like, oh, this weight feels really heavy, but I hit my rep goal, I hit my rep target, but I'm going to wait for the weight to feel lighter before I move up. They have that weight intimidation. They have that fear. And that is what kills gains, because they think they're just going to wait for things to feel easier, to get easier, the weight to feel lighter, for things to feel easier. It doesn't work like that. And this is the heart of this video. It's the opposite. It feels harder. It feels more difficult. It feels more heavy. It's never going to feel lighter. It's never going to feel easier. You need to get in the gym and do it anyway. Repeat, you need to get in the gym and do it anyway. And this is where lifters drop off. This is why no one gets close to max natural potential. Not when I say no one, I don't mean no one literally, but this is why so many lifters in your commercial gym are still doing the fluffy, flumpy, pumpy exercise bullshit they've been doing for 5 years. They're still waiting, right? They're trying to find a way around the mountain because things became difficult, things became hard, things became challenging, things became a mental struggle, and they're like, fuck this, I'm done, I'm tapping out. I'm gonna wait for things to feel easier. I'm going to wait for things to feel lighter. I want to tell you guys this because I want to equip you. It's going to get more brutal. It's going to feel heavier. Heavy weight never feels lighter. I mean, if you get your squat to 600, sure, 300 is going to feel lighter. But what I'm talking about here is waiting, like when you're at 300-pound squat, waiting for it to feel light before you move up to 305. This is a pit and this is a trap. The one thing you guys need to take home from this video is that where you want to go is going to be more brutal, more hellish, more torture, and it's going to require more growth in the mental strength area than you can even imagine. And I'm not trying to say this as a negative thing. I want to equip you to be ready. I want you guys to work on form. I want you guys to work on mental strength, and I want you guys to embrace this challenge. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.